It's time for Nelsonville-York High School Sports live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
And he threw on the first for the final out. So Athens did not score in their half of the first inning. And again, the Buckeyes, once we get started, they will bat in the bottom of the first. The lineup for Athens, again, the leadoff hitter, Justin Bennett. He wears number 3. Easton Newsom wears 12. Batting third is Landon Baker. He wears 8. David Sharp batting cleanup for the Bulldogs. He wears number 5. Number 22, batting fifth, Dawson Kennedy. Batting sixth, the DH is Isaiah Arocho. He wears 33. And he is DH for the Athens Bulldogs. The lineup for the Buckeyes, once we get started here in the bottom of the first. Leading off will be number 13, Walker Stone. Second batter will be number 3, Caleb Rexford. Third batter, number 44, Logan Meek. Fourth batter is number 11, Cameron Sullivan. Fifth batter, number 2, Dallas Snyder. Sixth batter, number 18, Landon Emmett. Seventh batter, number 14, Stevie Blair. Batting eighth, number 16, Trevor Boggs. And batting ninth, number 10, Levi Snedden. Buckeyes lost the earlier meeting against the Bulldogs at Athens on April the 16th. Nelsonville-York lost that game to the Bulldogs 11-1 in 5 innings. Buckeyes coming in at 4-13 on the season, 1-8 in the Ohio division of the TVC. The Bulldogs, they are 17-4 overall and 11-0 in league play. They've already clinched the Ohio division of the TVC. They've clinched the championship. In second place is Wellston with a record of 9-3 in league play. Again, Athens coming in to this game 11-0 and trying to make it a perfect TVC Ohio Division season. Again, pitching for the Athens Bulldogs is Jackson Moore. He wears 23. Pitching for the Buckeyes is Dallas Snyder. He wears number 2. Also, tournament drawings took place in Division 5. In the district quarterfinals, the Nelsonville-York baseball team got a 17 seed, and they will play at Wellston, an 8 seed, and that will be this coming Tuesday. Well, it's scheduled for this coming Tuesday, May 20th at 5 p.m., and again, that's subject to change. Athens in Division 3 in the district quarterfinals, they will host Hillsboro. Hillsboro a 9 seed and Athens a 4 seed. And that will be this coming Wednesday, May 21st at 5 p.m. And the Bulldogs taking infield. Buckeyes have already taken infield, so once they are finished, we'll get this game underway. Looks like we're going to get it in this evening. There are some clouds around, but a lot of blue sky also. And as I mentioned before, this game will pick up where it left off a few nights ago after a weather postponement. Buckeyes will be batting in the bottom of the first, no score in the game. Head coach for the Buckeyes, Josh Stalter. He's assisted by Chad Inman and Max Brooks. Head coach for Athens, Todd Newsom. He is assisted by Cody Sutton and Chris Wise. A little bit of a breeze blowing here at Nelsonville-York High School. Getting the Buckeyes as we continue this game from the other night. Buckeyes will be batting in the bottom of the first. Again, our sponsors, Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, Hocking Valley Motors, Air Claws Heating and Cooling, and Athens Sports Cycles. And again, make sure you pay all those when you can a visit. They sponsor Total Media Sports to bring you free of charge Nelsonville-York baseball and softball games. And our technical engineer, Corbin Wilbur. And on camera today, Tony Richardson. Right now, just a beautiful day for baseball in the Valley. Bulldogs with number 3, Justin Bennett. He's playing third base. Easton Newsom playing shortstop for the Bulldogs. Landon Baker playing center field. David Sharp, the catcher. Dawson Kennedy is playing first base. Again, the pitcher is Jackson Moore. He wears 23. Jack Christofko, he wears number 1, plays left field. Ryan Cornwell wears number 13, playing right field. And again, Cade Short, wearing number 32, will be at shortstop. For the Buckeyes, number 13, Walker Stone in center field. Number 3, Caleb Rexford at third base. 44, Logan Meek in left field. 11, Cameron Sullivan catching. The pitcher is Dallas Snyder. He wears number 2. Landon Inman will be at shortstop, wearing 18. Stevie Blair at second base, wearing 14. Trevor Boggs at first base, wearing 16. And Levi Snedden in right field, wearing number 10. About ready to get this game underway. Coaches meeting with the umpires out at home plate. Baseball field looks really nice. Of course, we've had a lot of rain. Again, Walker Stone will be leading off the Buckeye bottom of the first. No score. Buckeyes and the Bulldogs. Buckeye head coach Josh Stalter and the Bulldogs assistant coach Cody Sutton meeting with the umpires at home plate. Head coach Josh Stalter pointing out the ground rules area where the ball would be out of play and such. Make sure everybody's on the same page. Again, we're at Nelsonville-York High School. The Buckeyes hosting the Athens Bulldogs. Bulldogs taking the field. Again, Walker Stone will lead it off for the Buckeyes. Then it'll be Caleb Rexford and then Logan Meek. Of course, the Buckeyes hoping for more than just those three here in the bottom of the first. Getting on the mound for the Bulldogs, Jackson Moore. Left-hander for the Athens Bulldogs. Again, the Bulldogs defeated the Buckeyes in the earlier season matchup at Athens on April the 16th. The Bulldogs won at 11-1 in 5 innings. And again, as we start this game, continuation from the other night's weather postponement. Bulldogs did not score in the top of the first, and the Buckeyes are batting here in the home half of the first inning. Walker Stone will lead it off. Probably tell from over the microphone, wind blowing pretty good here at Nelsonville-York. Actually seems to be blowing out. The pitch is a strike to Walker Stone. Jackson Moore with the line and the pitch and a swing and a foul tip. So Jackson Moore quickly ahead of Walker Stone, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, and that's high, ball one, 1-2. Jackson Moore with the 1-2 delivery to Walker Stone and a swing and a miss, and he gets Stone on strikes. Caleb Rexford will now step in for the Buckeyes, batting in the 2-hole. Jackson Moore with the pitch, and that's strike one. Moore with the 0-1. And a shot towards left field. Outfielder going back, and it's going to fall for a hit. Caleb Rexford with a big shot for the Buckeyes, a double to left field with one out. Caleb Rexford with a Hocking Valley Motors long drive. So the Buckeyes with a runner at second, one down, and stepping in for Nelsonville-York, Logan Meek. He wears 44. Of course, Jackson Moore will go out of the stretch. First pitch to Meek, and that's strike one call across the knees. A one pitch, and that's a ball, 1-1. Again, Caleb Rexford with a double for the Buckeyes. Out at second base, one down here in the bottom of the first, no score. 1-1 pitch, a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Moore with the 1-2 pitch to Logan Meek, and he hits it on the ground, fielded by the first baseman, and Logan Meek will beat it out. Good hustle by Logan Meek. Caleb Rexford moves up. Dallas Snyder steps in for Nelsonville-York. Pitch by Moore, and that's fouled back to the screen. 0-1. Jackson Moore with the 0-1 and a ground ball hit towards second base, makes the play, and that'll be the third out in the inning. But the Buckeyes get on the scoreboard. They lead Athens 1-0 at the end of one, and we'll take a timeout.
Gear up at Rocky Outdoor Gear Store in Nelsonville. Quality boots and apparel for work, play, and everything in between. Rocky Outdoor Gear Store. Adventure starts here. Find your next ride at Hocking Valley Motors. Quality vehicles, fair prices, and
To Dawson Kennedy. Pitch by Snyder, and that's high, ball one. Snyder with the wind and the pitch, and a ground ball down the third base side, foul ball. Count evens at 1-1. Snyder with the 1-1, and that's fouled out of play. 1-2 the count. Dawson Kennedy at the plate for the Bulldogs. 1-2 pitch, and that'll be 2-2. Dallas Snyder with the 2-2. Snyder with the first pitch, and he tries to bunt but fouls it off. 0-1 count. See if the Bulldogs try bunting once again, trying to advance the runner to second. The pitch, and that's ball one. Throw down the first, and Rocho back easily. Snyder with the 1-1, and that's strike two, 1-2. Snyder with the 1-2, and that's popped towards Walker Stone in center field. And he'll make the catch, and Isaiah Rocho will retreat back to first base as he went halfway on that fly out. So 2 down here in the Bulldogs' second inning. Buckeyes leading 1-0. Snyder with the 0-1 to Cade short, and he hits a fly ball. Levi Snedden coming for it in right field. It's going to fall. The Rocho will score for Athens, and moving on up to second is Cade Short as he gets a base hit and an RBI for Athens, and this game is tied at 1 apiece here in the top of the second. Top of the order now for Athens, Justin Bennett. He popped out his first time up. Snyder with the pitch, and that is strike one call. Runners at second and third for the Bulldogs, 2 down. And that's strike two call. So Dallas Snyder quickly ahead, 0-2 on Justin Bennett. 0-2 pitch. And a shot hit towards right field. Levi Snedden pulls it in for the Buckeyes. So Athens leaves 2 runners aboard, but they do tie this game up at 1 apiece. We'll head to the home second. Buckeyes won, the Bulldogs won, and we'll take a quick timeout.
Crank it up with the Pure Rock Radio Network, your home for classic rock that really rocks. Tune in to Pure Rock 105 and Pure Rock 99.5 for the greatest hits, local sports action, and your favorite morning crew, Porter's Place, featuring Rodney Porterhouse Tomlin, comedian Jay Snide, and the HR chick, Tanya Hatton. From Bobcats football and basketball to unbeatable giveaways, we've got your back. Pure Rock Radio Network, where local voices meet legendary rock. Pure Rock 105 and Pure Rock 99.5. Turn it up.
You are watching Nelsonville-York High School Sports live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Jackson Moore continues on the mound for the Athens Bulldogs. Buckeyes come calling here in the top or bottom of the second. Buckeyes will have Landon Emmons, Stevie Blair, and Trevor Boggs. Landon Emmons stepping in for the Buckeyes to to lead off the home second. Jackson Moore with the wind and the pitch, and that's ball one. Moore with the 1-0, and that's a strike call. Count evens at 1-1. Moore's 1-1 pitch to Landon Emmon, and that's strike two call, 1-2. Moore with the 1-2. And Emmon will foul off down the first base side, and that goes off of a vehicle. Hopefully it's okay. So the count remains 1-2 on Landon Emmon. Moore with the pitch, and a foul ball by Landon Emmon. One-two count on Landon Emmon. Jackson Moore with the pitch. And it's 2-2. Looked like a little bit outside. 2-2 pitch. High, ball three. So Landon Emmon has worked the count full. Leadoff hitter for the Buckeyes here in the second. Jackson Moore with the pitch. And that's ball four, and Landon Emmon heads on down to first base. Stevie Blair now steps in for the Buckeyes. Jackson Moore, high, ball one. Look like a little bit outside also. Jackson Moore out of the stretch with Landon Emmon on first for the Buckeyes. Moore with the 1-0. And it's 2-0. Throw over to first, Emmon back. Throw over to first once again, and Emmon back easily. Two-zero pitch, and that's strike one call. 2-1 to Stevie Blair. And a throw over to first, Emmon back. Of course, Landon Emmon with a lot of speed, but with Jackson Moore being a lefty, it's kind of hard to get a big lead on a left-hander. The pitch, and that's high, and it'll be 3-1 to Stevie Blair. Three-one pitch. And that's ball four. So the Buckeyes have them at first and second, nobody out. And Trevor Boggs will step in for Nelsonville-York. really whipping here at Nelsonville-York. Pitch is high, ball one. Jackson Moore with a 1-0, and that's high, ball two. Runner stealing, and they call Landon Emmon out at third. Stevie Blair moves up to second. So the Buckeyes with a runner at second and one down now here in the bottom of the second. Two-one count on Trevor Boggs. And a swing and a miss. 2-2. Two-two pitch and a line drive, but it's caught by the shortstop for the Bulldogs. That was Easton Newsom with the catch. So the Buckeyes now with two outs and a runner at second, and Levi Snedden will step in. It was a nice throw, by the way, by the catcher of the Bulldogs, David Sharp, on that double steal by the Buckeyes. He threw Landon Emmon out at third. And Levi Snedden is hit by the pitch, so he'll head on down to first base. Buckeyes with two outs here in the top of the order. Walker Stone at the plate for Nelsonville-York. Not sure, they might be talking about what they're going to do here. Again, Buckeyes with Snedden at first and Blair over at third with two outs. They might be talking about how they're going to handle this if Levi Snedden breaks for second, trying to steal, whether they throw down. And of course, you got Stevie Blair then might break for home. So the Buckeyes have runners at first and third, or pardon me, first and second, sorry, with two outs. Walker Stone at the plate. Pitch is a ball, 1-0. Looked like Jackson Moore wanted that pitch. One 0 pitch, and it's 2-0. Again, the Buckeyes with runners at first and second, two down here in the bottom of the second. And it's 3-0 to Walker Stone. Caleb Rexford waiting on deck. He had a double the first time up. Three-0 pitch, and that's ball four. So the Buckeyes have the bases loaded with two out. And Caleb Rexford stepping in for the Buckeyes again. He had a shot over the left fielder's head first time up for a double. Moore with a pitch, a swing and a miss. 0-1 is the count. Jackson Moore going out of the windup, and that's high. Count evens at 1-1. And a swing and a miss by Caleb Rexford. Count 1-2. Jackson Moore with the 1-2. And a swing and a miss, and Jackson Moore gets out of trouble. Buckeyes leave the bases loaded. This game's tied at 1 apiece after 2 innings. And we'll take a timeout.
Is your home too hot or too cold? Call Air Claws Heating and Cooling in Athens. Fast, reliable comfort every season, every time. Trusted locally, serving you with pride. Call today or visit airclaws.com. Find your next ride at Hocking Valley Motors. Quality vehicles, fair prices, and friendly service await you. Drive away happy today. Hocking Valley Motors.
You are watching Nelsonville-York High School Sports live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
We're back here at Nelsonville-York High School. Dallas Snyder still on the mound for Nelsonville-York. This game's tied at 1 as we head to the 3rd inning. Bulldogs will have 2, 3, and 4 up, and Easton Newsom, Landon Baker, and David Sharp. Easton Newsom checks in for the Bulldogs at the plate. He'll lead off the Bulldog 3rd inning. He had a base hit the first time up. That was when the game started a few nights ago. He was left stranded at 3rd when the Bulldog 1st inning came to a close. Ball 1 on the first pitch, 1-0. Dallas Snyder with the 1-0, and that's ball high, 2-0. And a ground ball up the middle, and it's fielded by Stevie Blair. Goes to first, and they get him. What a play by Stevie Blair. Stevie Blair with a Rocky Outdoor Gear Store big glove play for the Buckeyes. So the Bulldogs have 1 out and runners at 2nd and 3rd. Dawson Kennedy at the plate for Athens, and that's low, ball 1. Dallas Snyder with a pitch, and one hit to Walker Stone in center. He pulls it down. The runner faked like he was coming home, but he'll stay at 3rd base. Nice play by Walker Stone, and now 2 down for Athens. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. Dallas Snyder trying to work out of 3rd inning trouble here. Isaiah Rocho will be at the plate. He had a base hit for the Bulldogs his first time up. Dallas Snyder with the pitch, and that's popped up. It looks like it's out of play, and it is. 0-1 the count. Again, the Bulldogs runners at 2nd and 3rd. 2 down. We're in the top of the 3rd. Game tied at 1 apiece. Oh, 0-1 pitch. And that's strike 2. 0-2 is the count. Nice off-speed pitch by Dallas Snyder. 0-2 pitch. And a ground ball to Caleb Rexford. He makes the play, throws to first, pulls Boggs off the bag, but he tags the runner as he goes by. And the Buckeyes get out of trouble. Game remains tied at 1 apiece as we head to the home half of the third. And we'll take a timeout.
Gear up at Rocky Outdoor Gear Store in Nelsonville. Quality boots and apparel for work, play, and everything in between. Rocky Outdoor Gear Store. Adventure starts here. Find your next ride at Hocking Valley Motors. Quality vehicles, fair prices, and friendly service await.
Buckeyes will have Logan Meek, Cameron Sullivan, and Dallas Snyder hitting here in the bottom of the third. Jackson Moore remains on the hill for the Bulldogs. Buckeyes scored their run in the bottom of the first. The Bulldogs scored their run in the top of the second. We're now in the bottom of the third inning, game tied at 1 apiece. Athens and Nelsonville-York. Again, Logan Meek will lead it off for the Buckeyes here in the bottom of the third. He had a base hit his first time up. Jackson Moore with the wind and the pitch, and that's strike one call to Logan Meek. The 0-1 pitch, and it's 0-2 to Logan Meek. Moore with the 0-2. And that is strike three. They said he went. So Logan Meek down on strikes, and Cameron Sullivan will come to the plate for the Buckeyes. Cameron Sullivan with a big base hit for the Buckeyes, his first time up, and an RBI. Strike one call. Moore with the 0-1, fouled off, 0-2. So Jackson Moore ahead on Cameron Sullivan, 0-2. The pitch, and he fouls it off, just barely gets a piece of it to stay alive. Jackson Moore delivers the 0-2 and a ground ball, and that is fielded by the shortstop, and nice play. No, they said he pulled him off the bag, so Cameron Sullivan gets aboard. Nice fielding play by Easton Newsom, but the umpire rules that he pulled the first baseman off the bag, and Cameron Sullivan is safe. Dallas Snyder at the plate for Nelsonville-York. High ball one. Dallas Snyder grounded out to second his first time up. High ball two. One out, one on for the Buckeyes. Cameron Sullivan over at first. And a throw back to first. Cameron Sullivan. And a throw back over. Cameron Sullivan back safely. 2-0 count on Dallas Snyder. Buckeyes runner at first, one down. And the pitch, a swing and a miss. 2-1. Jackson Moore with a 2-1 pitch, a swing and a miss, and the count evens at 2-2. Game tied at 1 apiece. Bulldogs and the Buckeyes here in the bottom of the third. Moore with the 2-2, and that's high ball 3. Count goes full. And a throw over to first. Three-two pitch, and fouled back to the screen by Dallas Snyder. He hangs in there. Jackson Moore with a 3-2 pitch and a swing and a miss. He gets Dallas Snyder on strikes. Buckeyes with the runner at first, 2 down here in the bottom of the third, and coming to the plate is Landon Emmon. He had a walk the first time up. And the first pitch, and he fouls it off out of play. Moore with the 0-1, and that's a strike call, off-speed pitch. Moore way ahead of him, and 0-2. The pitch, and that strike 3 call. So the Buckeye third comes to an end. They strand a runner over at first. The game remains tied. Buckeyes won, the Bulldogs won as we head to the 4th inning, and we'll take a break.
Crank it up with the Pure Rock Radio Network, your home for classic rock that really rocks. Tune in to Pure Rock 105 and Pure Rock 99.5 for the greatest hits, local sports action, and your favorite morning crew, Porter's Place, featuring Rodney Porterhouse Tomlin, comedian Jay Snide, and the HR chick, Tanya Hatton. From Bobcats football and basketball to unbeatable giveaways, we've got your back. Pure Rock Radio Network, where local voices meet legendary rock. Pure Rock 105 and Pure Rock 99.5. Turn it up.
You are watching Nelsonville-York High School Sports live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
We're back here at Nelsonville-York. We head to the 4th inning, game tied at 1 apiece. Again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Athens Sports Cycles, Air Claws Heating and Cooling, Hocking Valley Motors, and the Rocky Outdoor Gear Store. Bulldogs will have 7, 8, and 9 coming up here in the top of the 4th. Jack Kristofka will lead it off for the Bulldogs. Then Ryan Cornwell, and then Cade Short. Dallas Snyder remains on the mound for the Buckeyes. Kristofko, he flied out to Walker Stone in center field his first time up. First pitch, and that strike one call just above the knees. The 0-1 pitch, and that's low and inside, 1-1. Snyder with the 1-1, that's high, 2-1. Snyder with the 2-1 pitch, and that strike two call. Nice off-speed pitch. Count evens at 2-2 to the leadoff man here in the fourth for the Bulldogs, Jack Kristofko. And a ground ball down the third base side, but foul ball. Snyder with the 2-2. And a little pop over the head of Caleb Rexford. Jack Kristofko leads off the Bulldog fourth with a base hit. Nice hit by Kristofko. Again, Snyder threw that off-speed pitch, and Kristofko just put the bat on the ball, and sometimes good things happen when you get the bat on the ball. Now batting is Ryan Cornwell. He had a base hit his first time up for Athens. And that's popped up on the infield. Cameron Sullivan over in front of the Bulldog dugout and unable to make a play. Tough play over there close to the fence. A 1 count on Ryan Cornwell. Again, Jack Kristofko over at first for the Bulldogs. And he's going. Sullivan's throw, and Jack Kristofko is safe with the stolen base. Athens Sports Cycle stolen base for Jack Kristofko. Count evens at 1-1. Ryan Cornwell at the plate for Athens. Snyder with the 1-1, and it's a bunt right in front of the plate. Sullivan fields, throws to first, and the Buckeyes get the out. But Cornwell gets the job done. He sacrifices Kristofko over to third. Now batting is Cade Short. One out, runner at third for Athens. Snyder with the pitch, and that's popped up this way. And it falls just in front of Dallas Snyder. Again, tough play for him. Everybody had to come a long way just right in front of the fence. Here on the first base side. 0-1 count now on Cade Short. Snyder throws over to third, and Kristofko back. Game tied at 1 apiece here in the top of the fourth. 0-1 pitch and a ground ball, and that's a base hit, and Cade Short gets an RBI single for Athens. The Bulldogs take a 2-1 lead. Ball loose, and Buckeyes with an error, and that will allow Cade Short to head on over to second. Two-one Athens here in the top of the fourth. Now the top of the order up for Athens, Justin Bennett at the plate. Snyder with the pitch, and that's low. Throw down by Cam Sullivan, and Stevie Blair pulls it down. Runner back safely. Dallas Snyder with the pitch, and it's a bunt, but that will be fouled down the third baseline. Getting the Bulldogs with a 2-1 lead. Snyder with the pitch, and a shot down the line, and that's a hit. Runner rounding third, heading for home. Throw will be cut off. They're trying to get the hitter, and they get him at second. Nice play by Levi Snedden hitting the cutoff man, which allowed the Buckeyes to get the out. They didn't have a chance at home. Athens takes a 3-1 lead, and now there's 2 outs and nobody on for the Bulldogs. Easton Newsom at the plate for Athens. High ball 1. He's 1 for 1. Had a base hit first time up, walked back in the third inning. Pitch by Snyder, and that's ball 2. Snyder with the pitch, high, ball 3, 3-0. Easton Newsom at the plate, and that's strike 1 call. 3-1. Three-one pitch and a ground ball base hit by the second baseman. Buckeyes get it in, and Easton Newsom with a 2-out single for Athens. Landon Baker will now hit for the Bulldogs. He got a base hit on a bunt last time up. Two outs and a runner at first for the Bulldogs. And that's high, ball 1. Sullivan throws down to first, but Newsom back. Pitch, and that's high, ball 2. Another throw down to first, and that gets by. The runner does not move up. Buckeyes backing up the play and able to hold Newsom at first. 2-0 the count on the Bulldogs' Landon Baker. Runner at first, 2 out. Bulldogs up by 2. And that hits him, and Baker will head on down to first. Newsom will advance to second. David Sharp, the cleanup hitter, will now hit for Athens. Pitch by Snyder, and that's fouled back. Strike 1. Go 1 pitch, and that's ball 1, 1-1. And the ball gets away from Cameron Sullivan, and he'll just hold on to it as the runners move up. Good decision. He didn't have a shot to get him, and no need risking throwing it away. So now runners at second and third for Athens, 2 down here in the top of the fourth. 2-1 count on the Bulldogs' David Sharp. Snyder with the pitch, and that's fouled over the screen, out of play. Count evens at 2-2. Dallas Snyder trying to limit the damage here in the fourth inning. And that's fouled back by David Sharp. Just gets a piece of it, stays alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Snyder with the 2-2, and that's a ground ball towards Landon Emmon at short. Fields throws, got him. Nice play by Landon Emmon. Bulldogs strand 2, but they also score 2 in the top of the fourth. They take a 3-1 lead over the Buckeyes. We head to the home half of the fourth inning, and we'll take a timeout.
Gear up at Rocky Outdoor Gear Store in Nelsonville. Quality boots and apparel for work, play, and everything in between. Rocky Outdoor Gear Store. Adventure starts here. Find your next ride at Hocking Valley Motors. Quality vehicles, fair prices, and friendly service await you. Drive away happy today. Hocking Valley Motors.
You are watching Nelsonville-York High School Sports live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Buckeyes come calling here in the bottom of the fourth. Bulldogs now up by 2 runs. The Buckeyes will have 7, 8, and 9 coming to the plate, and Stevie Blair, Trevor Boggs, and Levi Sned. I believe Mason Sweeney coming in for Dawson Kennedy for the Bulldogs. So the Bulldogs score 2 in the top of the fourth to grab a 3-1 lead. Jackson Moore back on the hill for Athens. Stevie Blair walking to the plate to lead it off for the Buckeyes here in the home half of the fourth. Stevie Blair walked the first time up for the Buckeyes. Jackson Moore with the first pitch of the bottom of the fourth and a swing and a miss. Oh, 1 pitch. And that's strike 2 call. Nice pitch by Jackson Moore. Moore with the 0-2. And that's a little bit low, 1-2. One-two pitch to Stevie Blair. And a swing and a miss. Ball gets away. And the catcher will make the play to first base for the first out. It was David Sharp who gathered it up and fired it to first for the Bulldogs. One down for the Buckeyes here in the bottom of the fourth. Trevor Boggs stepping in for the Buckeyes. He had a line drive to shortstop his first time up for an out. Swing and a miss. Jackson Moore with the 0-1. And that's popped up on the infield. Looks like Moore will take it. And he makes the catch. 2 down for the Buckeyes, and Levi Snedden will step in. Levi Snedden was hit by a pitch his first time up. First pitch is high, ball 1. And that's strike 1 call. 1-1. Levi Snedden at the plate for the Buckeyes. Jackson Moore delivering the 1-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss. May have got a piece of that one. 1-2 the count. One-two pitch to Levi Snedden. And knocked down by the pitcher Moore. And the shortstop will just hold on to it. Good decision. Actually, it was the third baseman for Athens, Justin Bennett, who just held on to that one after it was knocked down by the pitcher Jackson Moore. And base hit for Levi Snedden. We move to the top of the order. Buckeyes with the runner at first, 2 down, and Walker Stone at the plate for Nelsonville-York. And that's fouled back. Athens leading 3-1 here in the bottom of the fourth. Buckeyes runner at first, 2 down. 0-1 count on Walker Stone. Jackson Moore with the pitch and a line drive base hit to center field for Walker Stone. Throw into second, and Levi Snedden is safe. So the Buckeyes with 2 outs get 2 on, first and second. And Caleb Rexford at the plate again. His first time up, he had a double over the left fielder's head, and Moore with the pitch, and that's high, ball 1. One 0 pitch is low, ball 2. So it looked like it might be a quiet inning for Jackson Moore. He got the first 2 out on a strikeout and a pop out that he caught himself. But the Buckeyes with 2 2-out singles. And that's low, ball 3. So Jackson Moore a pitch away from putting Caleb Rexford on with a walk. 3-0 the count. 3-0, and that's high, ball 4. So Caleb Rexford heads on down to first, and the 2 runners move up for the Buckeyes. Logan Meek will hit. He had a base hit the first time up. 1 for 2 in this game. Buckeyes with the bases loaded and 2 down. Base hit of any distance will get this game tied up. High, ball one. Moore with a 1-0, and that's a strike call. Count evens at 1-1. Then a strike call there. Looked a little up, but the umpire called it a strike. 1-2 count on Logan Meek. Moore with the pitch. And it's popped to the outfield. And it's going to fall for a hit. The Buckeyes will tie this game up. And Caleb Rexford will be thrown out at third. But Logan Meek with a base hit. And it knocks in 2 runs. They both did cross before the out. So this game is tied at 3 as we head to the top of the 5th inning. And we'll take a timeout.
Is your home too hot or too cold? Call Air Claws Heating and Cooling in Athens. Fast, reliable comfort every season, every time. Trusted locally, serving you with pride. Call today or visit airclaws.com. Gear Up, Rocky Outdoor Gear Store in Nelsonville. Quality boots and apparel for work, play, and everything in between. Rocky Outdoor Gear Store. Adventure starts here.
You are watching Nelsonville-York High School Sports live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
So a big clutch hit by the Buckeyes' Logan Meek, 2 outs. He gets a base hit to get this game tied up at 3 apiece between the Bulldogs and the Buckeyes. And all that happened for Nelsonville-York with 2 out and nobody on. Levi Snedden with 2 outs and nobody on got a base hit. Walker Stone followed it up with a hit of his own. Caleb Rexford walked, and then Logan Meek with a big base hit to knock in 2 RBIs. And it's the Buckeyes 3, the Bulldogs 3 as we head to the 5th inning. First pitch, and that's high, ball one. I believe that's Mason Sweeney at the plate now for Athens. I believe he entered for Dawson Kennedy in the field in the bottom of the 4th. Pitch, and that's strike 1 call. One pitch, and that's high, ball 2. Dallas Snyder with the 2-1, and that is a ball, 3-1. Mason Sweeney at the plate, and that's high, ball 4, and he'll head on down to first base with a leadoff walk for Athens. And Isaiah Rocho will step in for the Bulldogs. He's 1 for 2 with a base hit. And we have a timeout. Might be getting a pinch runner in. And that's what it's going to be. Pinch runner into the game for Athens. Bulldogs with 2 number 10s, believe this is Blake Taylor running at first base for Mason Sweeney. Bulldogs with the runner at first, nobody out, and stepping in is Isaiah Arocho. And a ground ball. Rexford's got it. Goes to second for one. Back to first. And he'll be safe. But the Buckeyes get the lead runner out. So one out. Runner at first. Jack Kristofko at the plate for Athens. He's 1 for 2 with a base hit. Snyder with the pitch and a ground ball. And that's a base hit. Bulldogs with runners at first and second. One down in the inning. Game tied at 3. Ryan Cornwell will hit for Athens. He has a base hit. He's 1 for 1. He also had a sacrifice bunt. And a ground ball towards Landon Inman. Knocks it down. Goes to first, and the runner's safe. And the bases will be loaded for Athens with one out. Hitting for the Bulldogs will be I'm not sure who's at the plate for Athens. Cade Short was due up. And that's high, ball one. And it is Cade Short at the plate for the Bulldogs. Snyder with a pitch and a swing and a miss, off-speed pitch. Count evens at 1-1. Bulldogs with an out. One out in the inning, and the base is loaded. And a ground ball. Landon Inman with a great play goes to first, but that goes by, and the runners move up. 2 runs score on the play for Athens. And the Bulldogs take a 5-3 lead here in the 5th. Justin Bennett will be hitting for Athens, the leadoff hitter in the lineup. He's 1 for 3 with a base hit and an RBI. And there's a shot towards right field, and that will fall in front of Levi Snedden. Gets it into the infield, but the Bulldogs score another run. Ryan Cornwell comes home, and it's 6-3 Athens. Buckeyes take a timeout as head coach Josh Stalter comes to the mound. Easton Newsom will be at the plate for Athens. He's 2 for 2, has 2 singles and a walk. And it looks like Landon Inman will go to the mound for the Buckeyes. Bulldogs have scored 3 runs in the inning, and they've taken a 6-3 lead over the Buckeyes here in the top of the 5th. Dallas Snyder pitched a good game for the Buckeyes. Of course, some of those runs unearned. In the Bulldogs with 2 men on. And Easton Newsom at the plate for Athens. Bulldogs with runners at first and third. Inman with the pitch, and that's inside, ball one. Baker will hit for Athens. He's 1 for 2 with a bunt. He's 1 for 2 with a bunt single. He was also hit by a pitch. And a ground ball to short. Dallas Snyder knocks it down, throws to first, but the runner will be safe, and 2-run score for the Bulldogs, and they lead 8-3. Runner heads on down. David Sharp at the plate for the Bulldogs, the cleanup hitter. So the Bulldogs have taken a 5-run lead here in the 5th. Runner at second, 2 down. Inman with a pitch, and that's strike one call. A 1 pitch, and strike 2 call. So Landon Inman ahead 0-2 on David Sharp. Runner goes to third, and he's safe. So steal for Landon Baker. 1-2 the count on David Sharp. Runner at third for the Bulldogs. And that'll be a ball. 2-2. Inman with the 2-2, and that's fouled back. Count remains even at 2-2. And that's high, ball 3. Count is full. Three-two pitch by Landon Inman. And that's ball 4, and David Sharp will head to first. Mason Sweeney will hit again for the Bulldogs. They've batted around here in the 5th. He walked earlier in the inning. See if David Sharp tries to steal second, throw over to first. Runner is back. Inman with the pitch, runner going, swing and a miss. No, the runner fake going, and then Cameron Sullivan with a quick throw down to first, but the runner back. One 0 pitch, swing and a miss. Runner still second. Throw down the third, runner back. So the Bulldogs with 2 outs here in the 5th inning. They lead 8-3, and they have runners at second and third. Again, 2 down. Mason Sweeney at the plate for the Bulldogs. Pitch, a swing and a miss. And that'll do it for the Bulldogs here in the top of the 5th. But Athens, they do damage. They score 5 times in the inning, and they take the lead over the Buckeyes 8-3 as we head to the home half of the 5th inning, and we'll take a timeout.
Ready for a movie night? Head to Silver Screen 7 in Gallipolis. With 7 screens showcasing the latest blockbusters and fan favorites, there's something for everyone. Enjoy comfy seats, affordable tickets, and fresh, buttery popcorn that hits the spot. Located at 1284 Jackson Pike, it's your local destination for cinematic fun. Check showtimes and buy tickets at silverscreen7.com or follow us on Facebook. Silver Screen 7, where Gallipolis comes to watch.
You are watching Nelsonville-York High School Sports live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
We're back here at Nelsonville-York. New pitcher on the mound for the Bulldogs, Zachary Wakely. So the Buckeyes now down by 5 runs. Nelsonville-York will have the cleanup hitter, Cameron Sullivan, leading off the bottom. Then it'll be Dallas Snyder and then Landon Emmon. Again, we appreciate our sponsors for Buckeye baseball and softball games, Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, Air Claws Heating and Athens Sports Cycles, and Hocking Valley Motors. Again, this is Total Media Sports. Corbin Wilbur on streaming and Tony Richardson on camera. Cameron Sullivan walks to the plate, and we're about ready to get the bottom of the 5th underway here at Nelsonville-York High School. And a swing and a miss by Cameron Sullivan on that first pitch by Zachary Wakely. Oh, 1, and that's a strike call. It's 0-2. Bulldogs throwing another lefty at the Buckeyes. Starting pitcher was Jackson Moore, a left-handed pitcher, and now Zachary Wakely in there for Athens. That's popped up towards right field, but just out of the reach of the right fielder of the Bulldogs. It was in foul territory. Good hustle by Ryan Cornwell out there for the Bulldogs. Oh, 2 count on Cameron Sullivan as he leads off the Buckeye 5th inning. Wakely with the pitch and a swing and a miss. 1 down for the Buckeyes. Dallas Snyder will hit for Nelsonville-York. Zachary Wakely with the first pitch to Dallas Snyder. Grounds it down the third base line, but it's a foul ball. Oh, 1 and strike 2 call. Zachary Wakely coming in and throwing strikes for the Bulldogs. 0-2 pitch. It's high, ball 1. 1-2 pitch to Dallas Snyder, and he strikes out swinging. So the Buckeyes with 2 outs, and Landon Inman will hit. That's a low ball 1. Wakely with the 1-0. Ball 2. Trevor Boggs waiting on deck. Trevor Boggs waiting on deck, hoping to get the hit here in the 5th inning. And that's outside. Count evens at 2-2. Wakely with the 2-2, and that's high ball 3, full count. A swing and a miss. And that'll do it for the Buckeyes in the 5th inning. We head to the 6th. Athens 8, Nelsonville-York 3, and we'll take a timeout.
Is your home too hot or too cold? Call Air Claws Heating and Cooling in Athens. Fast, reliable comfort every season, every time. Trusted locally, serving you with pride. Call today or visit airclaws.com. Find your next ride at Hocking Valley Motors. Quality vehicles, fair prices, and friendly service await you. Drive away happy today. Hocking Valley Motors.
You are watching Nelsonville-York High School Sports live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Back here at Nelsonville-York as we head to the 6th inning. Landon Inman warming up for the Buckeyes once again on the mound. Looking at tournament draws from, I believe it was this past weekend in Division 5 in the district quarterfinals. Nelsonville-York is a 17 seed. They will play at Wellston, an 8 seed. And that game for Tuesday, May 20th at 5 p.m., but that's subject to change. That game may take place at that time, but it may be played earlier in the day, or the date may change on that one. So right now that one's a little bit up in the air. In Division 3 in the district quarterfinals, Athens will host Hillsboro. Athens a 4 seed, Hillsboro a 9 seed. And that will be Wednesday, May 21st at 5 p.m. Again, the Buckeyes a 17 seed, Wellston an 8 seed. Bulldogs a 4 seed, and Hillsboro a 9 seed. Bulldogs they've already wrapped up the TVC championship in baseball in the Ohio division. Coming in at 11-0, Wellston in second place at 9-3. But the Bulldogs, of course, would like to have their league record unblemished, finish undefeated. Leading it off here in the 6th inning is Isaiah Arocho. First pitch was a ball. 1-0 is the count as Landon Inman winds up and fires at home, and that's low. 2-0. The count. So Landon Inman will have to try to battle back here against Isaiah Rocho. Inman with the 3-0. And that's a strike call. 3-1. 3-1 pitch. And that's fouled off. And the count is full. Three-two pitch. And a line drive towards Logan Meek, trying to make a diving catch, could not make it. Fires it back into the infield, and Isaiah Rocho is on for the Bulldogs. Batting now for Athens is Jack Kristofko. He's 2 for 3, couple singles. And that's high, ball 1. The pitch, that's high, ball 2. Two pitch to Kristofko, and that's ball 3. Inman with the 3-0 call. Three-one pitch is a swing and a miss, and Landon Inman has battled back to bring the count to 3-2. Nobody out, and a runner at first for Athens. Jack Kristofko at the plate. 3-2 pitch. And it's ball 4. So the Bulldogs with runners at first and second, nobody out. And Ryan Cornwell will come to the plate for the Bulldogs. He's 1 for 2 in the game with a base hit. Also has had a sacrifice bunt. And that's high, ball 1 on the first pitch. One 0 pitch, and that's strike 1 call, 1-1. Inman with the 1-1 to Cornwell, and that's a line drive to short. Play is at second, 1 down. Play back to first, the runner's safe, so they'll have them at first and third and 1 out. Batting for the Bulldogs, Cade Short. He's got a couple hits and a couple RBIs for Athens. And that's popped up on the infield. Dallas Snyder calling for it, and he's got it. 2 down. First and third for the Bulldogs, 2 outs. Bulldogs back to the top of the order, and it'll be Justin Bennett at the plate. He's 2 for 4 with a couple singles and a couple RBIs. Gets away from Cam Sullivan. The runner moves up from first to second. So the Bulldogs with 2 outs, second and third. Athens leading by five runs here in the top of the 6th. 1-0 count on Justin Bennett. And that's a strike. 1-1 the count. Denman with the 1-1, and that's strike 2 call. High ball 2. Count evens at 2-2. Two pitch to Bennett, and that's high ball 3. 3-2 to the count. Again, Bulldogs with runners at second and third, 2 out. The pitch, and that's high ball 4, so the bases will be loaded for Easton Newsom. He's 2 for 3 with a couple singles and a walk. Head coach Josh Stalter of the Buckeyes takes a timeout. Looks like the Buckeyes will make a pitching change. It looks like Stevie Blair on the mound for Nelsonville-York. Bulldogs leading the Buckeyes 8-3. Top of the 6th inning. Again, the bases loaded for Athens. 2 down in the inning, and they've got Easton Newsom coming to the plate. This game was tied at 3 apiece at the end of 4 innings, but the Bulldogs put up a 5 spot in the top of the 5th to take an 8-3 lead. The Bulldogs with the bases loaded here in the 6th and 2 outs. So Easton Newsom steps in for the Bulldogs. Stevie Blair with the pitch, and that's strike 1 call. The 1 pitch, and a line shot up the middle. That's a base hit. 1 run will score. They'll hold up the other run at third. The other runner at third, and bases will remain loaded, lead 9-3. Landon Baker at the plate for Athens. Pitch by Stevie Blair, a swing and a miss. Pitch by Stevie Blair, and that's a ball, 1-1. Pitch is low ball 2-1. And that's a strike. Count evens at 2-2. And a ground ball. Stevie Blair will flip it to the catcher, Cam Sullivan, and that's the third.
Nelsonville-York High School Sports live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Back here at Nelsonville-York High, Bulldogs now lead 9-3 as the Buckeyes come calling in the bottom of the sixth. Buckeyes will have Trevor Boggs, Levi Snedden, and back to the top of the order, Walker Stone. Zachary Wakely still on the mound for the Bulldogs. Trevor Boggs at the plate for Nelsonville-York. Wakely with the wind and the pitch, and that strike one call. Wakely with the 0-1, and that strike two call. 0-2 pitch to Trevor Boggs and a swing and a miss. Catcher will finish the play by throwing on the first as the ball got away. One down for the Buckeyes here in the bottom of the sixth, and Levi Snedden at the plate for Nelsonville-York. Levi Snedden was hit by a pitch the first time up, and he got a base hit his last time up. And that's a strike. Zachary Wakely with the pitch, and that's popped up down the first base side, and good hustle by Mason Sweeney, but just unable to get there. 0-2 count on leave up for Athens. Looks like he's okay, and that's up for Athens. Looks like he's okay, and that's great to see. So that'll go down as a base hit for Walker Stone, as again, that took a bad hop on Easton Newsom. Caleb Rexford at the plate for the Buckeyes, a strike one call. Wakely with the pitch, and a shot by Caleb Rexford. It's towards center field, and it is caught. And the Bulldogs in the Buckeye sixth inning will head to the seventh. Athens 9, Nelsonville-York 3, and we'll take a timeout.
Gear up at Rocky Outdoor Gear Store in Nelsonville. Quality boots and apparel for work, play, and everything in between. Rocky Outdoor Gear Store. Adventure starts here.
Bulldogs may have some changes here as they come to the plate here in the top of the seventh. Athens leading 9-3 over the Buckeyes. Looks like Liam Klein will hit for the Bulldogs. Sound like they said that Liam Klein will hit here in the top of the 7th, and then David Sharp will re-enter in the bottom of the 7th. And it sounds like Cordell Johnson, number 20 for Athens, will be in for so the Bulldogs with a 6-run lead as we head to the 7th inning. Liam Klein coming to the plate for Athens. Stevie Blair will stay out of the stretch. Throws to the plate, and that's outside, ball 1. Pitch and that hitting. So Liam Klein will head on down to first. Batting for Athens will be Mason Sweeney. Runner at first, nobody out for the Bulldogs. The pitch, and that bounces up there. Cameron Sullivan knocks it down and keeps the runner at first. Throw over to first, and the runner back in time. Blair with the pitch to Sweeney. That bounces up there. 2-0 the count. The pitch and a swing and a miss. 2-1. Buckeyes with a lefty of their own and Stevie Blair. Bulldogs pitch 2 lefties in this game against the Buckeyes. Steal there by Liam Klein. So he's out at second, nobody out. Counts 3-1 on Mason Sweeney. Stevie Blair with the 3-1, and that's ball 4 inside. So Mason Sweeney heads on down to first. Cordell Johnson at the plate for the Bulldogs. First and second, nobody out. Blair with the pitch, and that's outside, ball 1. Blair with the 1-0, and that's called a ball, 2-0. Throw down to second by Cameron Sullivan, runner back. Two-0 pitch to Johnson, and that's ball 3. Sullivan, once again, does a good job keeping the ball in front of him and keeping the runners at first and second. Three-zero pitch, And that's popped up behind the plate. Cameron Sullivan can't make the play. Nice effort by Cameron Sullivan. Of course, those are tough catches to make, and he's frustrated with himself. Three-one to count. Stevie Blair with a 3-1, and that's hit. Looks like it'll be foul. It will be foul out in left field. Logan Meek runs it down in foul territory and gets it back to the infield. 3-2 the count. Cordell Johnson at the plate for the Bulldogs. 3-2 count. Stevie Blair on the mound for the Buckeyes. First and second, nobody out for Athens. Bulldogs up 9-3 here in the top of the seventh. Stevie Blair with the 3-2, and that's foul once again. Looked like an instant replay. See Cordell Johnson hitting it pretty hard the last two times, but both of them foul. Two line drives fouled down the third base side. Blair with the 3-2, and that's ball four. So the Bulldogs will have the bases loaded, nobody out. So hitting for Athens now is Bobby Wagner, number 14. He's batting for Jack Kristofko. So Bobby Wagner at the plate for the Athens Bulldogs. Stevie Blair with the pitch. Ball one. The pitch and a swing and a miss. Count evens at 1-1. And the runner just gets back. Nice play by Cameron Sullivan. Fires it down the third and nearly had him. Bobby Wagner at the plate for Athens. The pitch by Stevie Blair. And a ground ball back to Stevie Blair. Throws to first, and he'll get him at first. Thought about going home, but it looked like he bobbled it just a bit, but kept his composure and fired to first and got the out there. So Briar Thomas will now hit for Athens, batting for Ryan Cornwell. Bulldogs did score a run on that, obviously, and they lead 10-3. One down. Runners at second and third for Athens. Will dust off the plate. Briar Thomas will bat for Athens. Stevie Blair with the pitch, and that's fouled off, strike one. And that's popped up on the infield. And Landon Inman calls for it and makes the catch. 2 down for the Bulldogs. Again, they have runners at second and third. And Cade Short will now hit. Pitch, and that's high. No, they call that one a strike. Looked a little up. Strike one the call. Cade Shore RBIs. Stevie Blair with the pitch, and that's popped up. Dallas Snyder calling for it and makes the catch. And that'll do it for the Bulldogs in the top of the 7th. They add another run to their lead, and they lead 10-3 as the Buckeyes come to bat for the last time unless they can put together a big inning.
Ready for a movie night? Head to Silver Screen 7 in Gallipolis. With 7 screens showcasing the latest blockbusters and fan favorites, there's something for everyone. Enjoy comfy seats, affordable tickets, and fresh buttery popcorn that hits the spot. Located at 1284 Jackson Pike, it's your local destination for cinematic fun. Check showtimes and buy tickets at silverscreen7.com or follow us on Facebook. Silver Screen 7, where Gallipolis comes to watch.
You are watching Nelsonville-York High School Sports live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Wakely with the pitch, and strike one is called. And a swing and a miss. Zachary ahead 0-2 to the Buckeye leadoff hitter in the 7th, Logan Meek. The pitch, and Meek with the hit to center field. Logan Meek on an 0-2 pitch lines it to center field for a Buckeye base hit. Cameron Sullivan will now bat for the Buckeyes. So Logan Meek with a 3-hit game for Nelsonville-York. And Cameron Sullivan fouls that one out of play. Zachary Wakely on the mound. He'll throw over to first, and Logan Meek back. Wake with the pitch, and that one's fouled off. 0-2 the count on Cam Sullivan. And a throw over to first once again. Meek once again back safely. Zachary Wakely with the 0-2. That was high. 1-2. Again, the Bulldogs leading by 7 as the Buckeyes bat in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch is going to miss. Meek steals second. So he'll be at second with 1 out as Cameron Sullivan strikes out. Dallas Snyder will now bat for the Buckeyes. The pitch and a bunt by Dallas Snyder. Pitcher bobbles it, and Wakely ahead 0-2 on Inman. Buckeyes 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th with runners at first and third. Logan Meek over at third. Dallas Snyder on first. 0-2 pitch. And that'll be a base hit to right field by Landon Inman. And Logan Meek will score to make it a 10-4 game. And the Buckeyes with first and second and 1 out. At the plate for the Buckeyes, Stevie Blair. Wakely with the pitch and a bunt by Stevie Blair. They'll go to third. And that was a force at third. So they get the out, and there's 2 down. So the Buckeyes down to their final out. First and second, 2 down. Buckeyes down by 6 here in the bottom of the 7th. Trevor Boggs will hit. Wakely with the pitch. And that's strike 1 call. And that's a ground ball to the third baseman. He'll take it himself unassisted, and that'll do it. The Bulldogs have defeated the Buckeyes in this high school baseball game at Nelsonville-York by a final score of 10-4. And we'll take a quick timeout.
Is your home too hot or too cold? Call Air Claws Heating and Cooling in Athens. Fast, reliable comfort every season, every time. Trusted locally, serving you with pride. Call today or visit airclaws.com. Find your next ride at Hocking Valley Motors. Quality vehicles, fair prices, and friendly service await you. Drive away happy today. Hocking Valley Motors.
You are watching Nelsonville-York High School Sports live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
So the Bulldogs defeat the Buckeyes by a final score of 10-4 here at Nelsonville-York High School. Again, we thank our sponsors.